to do it all again. Our to-do list for New Game Plus was a lot smaller than New Game, but don't get me wrong, we still have a hell of a lot to do. So here it is. Complete the quest lines that we'd missed out on, get all rewards from covenants that we didn't do in New Game, buy anything from merchants that we may have prematurely disposed of previously, get invaded by a certain arsehole 3 times, just so we can get his armour, a few tail cuts, and beat any bosses that we need their soul for creating more weapons. Oh, and one weapon that I didn't farm for that caused me more stress than I'd like to admit. But that's it in a nutshell. Let's see how I get on. And we were off. And I tell you what, it was such a nice change of pace. Just slicing through bosses like butter. Within 15 minutes, the first bell had been rung. However, my confidence was short-lived, with Gwyn giving me a taste of what was to come later on, with bosses with bigger health balls and massive damage. We still rung the bell though. Sen's Fortress. Sen. Now I think that was absolutely blessed in New Game, because I absolutely breezed through Sen's Fortress. But New Game Plus, oh my days. Sen ripped me a new one, and it's weird, because New Game Plus shouldn't really affect it, as it's mostly environmental. No! Damn man, I was just glad it was over. Now for Sunny and Orlando. Our goal was to get the Dark Moon Covenant items, and this time kill Smo first, so we can get Ornstein's armor and ring, and then finally get revenge on Lautrec. But first, we actually got our first online invader, who was Leon Kennedy apparently, and now unfortunately I could never get into Resident Evil, so he had to die. And before taking on Ornstein and Smo, I made some new friends. Alright, me and the boys! But this was first of the many mistakes I would make in this game cycle that would push the elusive 100% back further for me. No! Smo first, please! My newly made friends don't know I need to kill Smo first. They just want to help. And that they do. Please go Smo. Oh, you fuckers. Oh, I'm gonna have to do it in New Game Plus. New Game Plus. There we go, I guess. Never mind though, I cheer myself up by going to give Lautrec as much respect as he deserves, pillage his corpse for his armour, and then go grab the Dark Moon items. Oh, and as I cheesed him before, here's me dealing with Gwendolyn properly. There we go.
Oh, heretic, swathed in dark.
As I mentioned at the start, we have to get invaded 3 times by some arsehole. And that arsehole is Kirk. And the reason why we have to do this is to get his Fawn's armour, which I just missed out on the last playthrough by fighting Bed of Chaos before dealing with Kirk the one last time. We start off our trilogy in the lovely place that is the Depths. After that nightmare, I wanted to check some of the easier things off my list, like buying rest of the merchant's weapons, joining Solaire's Sunbros, cutting Feet Girl's tail off, and well, this one was easy, but it wasn't easy, if you know what I mean. Sorry, Sif. Oh wait, and let's rewind a second, because I'd made yet another mistake. I was too distracted by Furry Feet Girl, I'd completely forgotten to kill the invader in the Painted World before Priscilla, in order to get his armour and whip. Yet another thing to push back to New Game Plus. After that mistake, and getting bullied by the 4 kings over and over again, I was pretty deflated, I'm not gonna lie. So I got the last of the miracles by joining the Gravelord Covenant, and then I took a break for about a week. So, let me put you in my headspace at the time. I was getting destroyed by the 4 kings over and over again, so I wanted to do some smaller tasks on my to-do list, to build up some momentum, some motivation to tackle the 4 kings. But before I could do the rest of the Kirk invasions and other smaller tasks, I had to place the Lord Vessel. But as I had to join the Dark Wraiths, I needed to beat the 4 kings first. Man, if you've ever fought the 4 kings in New Game Plus, you know, especially on less than 30 vitality, One day, I was meeting a mate for a few drinks and a catch up. And then a few drinks turned into a few more drinks. And when I got home, I had a weird craving for Dark Souls. For the Four Kings. I was absolutely steaming, and I beat them on the first try. And then I went on to beat the other Lord bosses, including the Kirk invasions, Thief's Tail Cut, and then I finished it off with the last slab I needed for the Chaos Weapon achievement. I had played for 3 hours. I never really have the focus or energy to play for more than an hour, and me steaming had just steamrolled through more of the game in the last 3 hours than I had in the last 3 weeks. I was on a high. I only had to beat Gwyn now, and I'd beaten the last full playthrough I needed of Dark Souls. Am I forgetting something? Fuck. DLC! I need that prick soul for his staff. Artorias, you deserve my respect, but Manus, no. I beat you once properly, never again. It was done, I felt no shame cheesing him, and it was time for Gwyn. Am I forgetting something again? Fuck, so, do you remember when I farmed for every single item? Well, there was one that I didn't do. The damn Titanite catch pole. And the reason why I didn't do it is because the enemy that uses it doesn't respawn. And the only one that does respawn has way too much health and is way too much of an awkward place to even consider farming. So I took the risk and I left it, hoping that I was going to get one in this playthrough. Yet here I am, ready to beat Gwyn, and no Titanite catch pole. There was one place left for me to get it. Back to Sens I go. There are 4 Titanite demons here, and with each one I killed, I got a bit more nervous, a bit more sweaty, because I was having no luck. Until maybe the 4th one? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. Finally! And with the very last farmed item in my grasp, and only a few items and bosses to grab in New Game Plus, it was time for Gwyn again. And I'm going to edit it so it makes it look like I first tried him, but really, I fucking struggled. Yes! Oh, I don't know how I didn't die there. Not a fucking clue. Oh, there we go. Thick boy, hello.
Bless thy safe return. Let Calf and Fraft serve your highness. We are here to serve your highness. Let the true God cast upon the